to this beautiful day of policy development. We shall be here all day discussing policy work. So this is one of the 2 public policy meetings that we have every year as prescribed in the policy development process. So it's the day where authors or their representatives come and present the policy proposals that have been discussed on the mailing list, so that at the end of the day, the community can give feedback here, and we try to agree and build consensus around them. The session will be led by our 2 co-chairs, right in front of you. To my immediate left is Sami Sali from Sudan. And next to him is Dewole Ajao from Nigeria. They have done a fantastic job for us as co-chairs, I think for the last 2 years or so. And we hope that they continue when their term ends next year, as is typical in Africa. You know, guys, you don't retire, you continue. Stay on. So please cooperate with them. They will try as much as possible to explain to you how this session will be conducted, and please be as participative as you can. Do not shy away from the microphones. If you have anything to say, come to the microphone, say it. This is why we're here. So please don't sit back, be part of the discussion, give your feedback, let your voice be heard, so that at the end of the day we can have all the beautiful ideas to build better policies for our community. So without wasting much time, we are meant to have started at exactly 9, but the room seems not as full as it was yesterday. We hope folks are coming in. Let me hand over to Sami and Dewole to take us through the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ernest. Thank you very much, and thank you for you to be here this morning. We will start by showing our agenda. We have a full day of policy discussion, but we will start with the first session, introducing the BDB process and the code of conduct. Then we will highlight the AFRINIC BDB policy. Then we will have the update of the other RIRs from other regions. And we will end the session by listening to the policy implementation report from AFRINIC staff. After break, we have 3 policy proposals to be discussed: the clarification of IP, clarification on IP V6 sub-assignment, AFRINIC policy development process BIS version 4, then the simple update of the BDB. By that, we'll reach our half day, so you will deserve a lunch break. Then we have another 3 policies for the third session: the abuse contact policy update, internet number resource review by AFRINIC, and the inter-RIR resource transfer. The last session, we have only 2 policy proposals: the IB V4 soft landing, BIS, and the SL update. And as usual, at the end of the day, we have a time slot for open policy mic. So anything related to the policy, you can raise it during the open mic at the end of the day. Before going forward, we can open the mic for any comment on the agenda, if you have comments, please. Okay, I see no comments, so thank you. Okay, code of conduct. The AFRINIC code of conduct is published, and now it's in the website. So this regulates how we treat the community treat themselves during the meeting and in the mailing list. And it's not just for the BDWG; it's for the whole community. There are 8 points, and we have comply ourselves with those 8 points. I will highlight the points, so please take care understand what this point is about. The first one is to treat other with politeness and respect. So we have to respect each other, and to avoid the behavior or remarks that gives offensive or discrimination based off anything, gender, sexuality, religion, race, and we cannot tolerate personal attacks during the meeting, face-to-face or in the mailing list. And if you disagree, it's normal to disagree with any other opinion, but not the person. So just state your opinion politely. We have to respect the agenda, and we have to respect the time line. So we have a limited time, so please respect them. We have to respect the language differences. I'm not an English speaker, I'm Arabic speaker. So we have to, you have to come to the mic and try to speak in a simple language and slowly, so the interpreter can translate that to the other community. And finally, we have to act in the best interest of the community, of the AFRINIC community, all the time. Okay, this is the AFRINIC BDB process, and I believe most of you are familiar with this. It's bottom up, so it starts by the community. So any member of the community, including people in our continent, Africa, or any internet member, can submit a proposal if he has an idea that may enhance the way we use and manage the internet. So anybody may submit a proposal. The proposal should be posted to the mailing list, the RBD at AFRINIC, and it will be published on the AFRINIC policy portal. Discussion on the policy should be at least 4 weeks before the face-to-face meeting discussion. Like this one, we have 2 face-to-face meetings during the year, and we are here in the face-to-face policy day. If the community like the proposal, we can go forward in the positive way by sending a last call if the consensus is detected during the meeting. So last call will be at least 2 weeks. It can be more, but 2 weeks for last call. And if no new issues detected in this 2 weeks, the co-chair have to send a report with the recommendation to ratification to the board of director of AFRINIC. After the ratification, the AFRINIC staff should implement the policy. It will not be a proposal at this point, so it should be implemented in a time frame. Maybe it's 6 months by default, and then they ask for extension. Implementation, yes, six months, unless there's an issue to increase this period for implementation. The policy proposal can loop in those 3 points, from discussion on mailing list to discussion on face-to-face meeting and the last call period, infinite, or until the author decide to withdraw their policy. So we need to keep enhance the proposal until it reaches the consensus, or the BDB allow the policy to be out of this loop by the author if they decide to withdraw their proposal. So this is a highlight of the policy proposal. I hope it's clear. I hope it's simple. No question on this part. Question? Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Alain Aina, CTO Wakren. I have 3 questions. Can I Okay, first one is I want to know how do you as co-chairs enforce the code of conduct, either on mailing list or at face-to-face? Okay, so it's good we know that before we start the day, that we can know then that people who misbehave, that we will know if people will be misbehave, will be shown the way out, or we put them in some corner, or how do you want to enforce? The second thing is in this PDP, the way what you're showing them is trying to show like board will always ratify. If I understand this things is showing that board will never object to policy when it is adopted by the community, because I don't see anything say if board reject, does it go to last call, or we do not foresee board to reject or to ask community to maybe to do some extra work on proposal. Then the last question is we've seen the last 2 days some update to policy proposal to be discussed here in violation of the PDP. The PDP said 1 week before the meeting there shouldn't be any update, but we've seen 2 days ago some update on the RPD for policy being on the agenda for this meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions. So the first one, the co-chairs of the BDWG are responsible to enforce the code of conduct during the BDP meeting and in the RBD list. And how we do that is it's an internal matter. So just try to violate and you see how we can stop that. Ratification? Ratification is.
Thanks for your questions, Alain. This diagram is a simplistic way of trying to explain to newcomers what happens within the policy development process. Now, indeed, the board, when the PDWG co-chairs submit the reports recommending ratification to the board whom we elect to make sure that the company, AFRINIC, is run in a safe and sustainable way, would look at it, because according to the current PDP, it says that the board ensures that the PDP was followed in arriving at that recommendation. So the board will look and make sure that the PDP was followed. If you would look beyond the PDP, you would also expect that the board ensures that that policy would run in the best interests of the organization, AFRINIC. Your third question was regarding updates. Okay. It's just been brought to my notice that you asked that if the board does not ratify, what happens? Naturally, it goes back to the lists, because what we've made is a recommendation. Regarding updates to proposals in violation of the PDP, the updates were actually submitted within the stipulated timelines. It's only that the publishing was not done in good time, and that's what delayed the announcement. To fix this for the future, what we've decided is, rather than wait for the web team to publish, authors would be free, if they are submitting so close to the deadline, they'll be free to submit directly to the RPD lists, or co-chairs forward their raw emails like that to the RPD lists. So the proposal authors did not violate the timelines. Thank you.
So if there are no more questions, Ale, I hope your questions were answered to your satisfaction. You're smiling, so I think. Okay, so next on the agenda, we shall listen from the registration services team at AFRINIC, represented by James Kirwa, our senior IP analyst. He will share with us a policy experience implementation report, which I believe chats about registration services experiences in